No caption, no context, just a short video of Teyana Taylor and Aaron Pierre sitting close together, laughing. The kind of laughter that comes from comfort, not performance. Within minutes, the internet caught fire. Fans didn't need an explanation. They could feel the message in the silence. This wasn't just a random clip. It was a statement, and everyone had a theory about who it was meant for. For months, Teyana had kept calm through the storm. While rumors about her breakup with Iman Shumpert filled gossip pages, she had stayed graceful, posting about her kids, her work, her projects. She hadn't clapped back, hadn't fed the noise. But this post, this quiet, wordless video, felt different. It was the spark after a long silence, and everyone sensed the shift. Supporters called it her soft comeback. "She's speaking without saying a word," they wrote. But not everyone took it that way. To Iman's fans, the video felt sharp, maybe even cruel. It came just days after Iman's interview where he talked about still loving his family and wanting peace. The timing made it impossible to ignore. It felt like a response, subtle but unmistakable, her side of the story told without a caption. That night, the clip spread across every platform. People replayed it again and again, slowing it down, zooming in on details. The way Aaron's hand rested lightly on her shoulder, the way she laughed with her whole face, glowing in a way fans hadn't seen in months. It looked real, tender, and completely unbothered. Some found it beautiful. Others thought it was too intimate to share. Within hours, chaos took over. Old footage surfaced. Red carpet interviews, concert clips, family videos. All compared and analyzed like evidence in a trial. Comment sections split in two. One side crowned her a queen, reclaiming her peace. The other accused her of being petty, of trying to make Iman jealous. The debate turned personal. Everyone had an opinion, but few understood what was really going on behind the scenes. Because the video wasn't random. People close to Teyana said it was a quiet answer to something much deeper, something that had been building for weeks. Rumors had begun swirling that Iman was seeing someone new. Privately, quietly, but steadily. A woman who had reportedly been part of his circle long before the official split. When pictures of Iman and that woman surfaced online, the internet dragged Teyana for losing him. She didn't fight back publicly, but inside she was hurt. Not because of the new woman, but because of the lies. And this post, the one with Aaron Pierre, felt like her way of saying, "I'm done being silent." Aaron Pierre, the British actor she'd been working with for months, wasn't known for chasing headlines. He kept to himself, avoiding drama. But on set, the chemistry between them had been obvious. Fans noticed the way they looked at each other in interviews, the way their laughter came easy. Teyana had always denied it, calling him a friend, a creative partner. But this post made denial impossible. The way he leaned in, whispering something that made her giggle like a teenager, said everything. It was sweet and bold at the same time. For years, Teyana had been careful with what she shared. Her private life was sacred. But maybe this moment wasn't about exposure. Maybe it was about freedom, showing herself happy again on her own terms. Her comment section exploded. Thousands of people flooded in. Some cheered her on. "She deserves joy. Let her live." Others scolded her. "This isn't it. You didn't have to do him like that." The divide only grew wider when Iman finally responded. His post came a few hours later. A single story, a single lyric. "Funny how love turns to competition when hearts break." That was all he wrote, but it was enough. The internet did the rest, stitching together their heartbreak into a storyline. Fans said he was hurt, blindsided, maybe even jealous. Others claimed it was all a performance, damage control. But in celebrity breakups, silence is the loudest language. Teyana didn't delete the video. She didn't post a follow-up or issue a statement. She kept posting her usual updates. Family moments, creative work, glimpses of her world beyond the gossip. That silence spoke volumes. Sometimes not replying is the reply. Still, behind closed doors, things weren't calm. Friends said Iman tried to reach out, wanting to talk privately, but Teyana wasn't interested. She was tired of explaining herself. After years of being labeled the strong one, the loyal wife, the woman who forgave, who held the family together, she was done. Because strength, she realized, shouldn't always mean silence. That's what made this video feel different. It wasn't a petty move or a power play. It was a woman taking her peace back. After years of being the one who held everything together, Teyana Taylor finally let herself be the one who let go. But the internet didn't stop there. Fans started digging through old interviews where Teyana once said, When I love hard. But when I'm done, I'm really done. They pulled that quote out like proof that this video was her final goodbye to Iman Shumpert. Still, not everyone was convinced. Some believed it was just another messy chapter in a love story too deep to end cleanly. Because even with her confidence and calm smile online, people could still see something in Teyana's eyes. That soft sadness that never really hides. The kind that comes when love still lingers, even after you've decided to move on. And for Iman, the pain was real too. He wasn't just losing a relationship, he was watching a legacy crumble. Together they had been more than a couple. They were an image, a dream, the pair everyone believed could survive anything. Their love had seemed untouchable, the kind you root for. Seeing it unravel so publicly felt like watching a fairy tale fade right before everyone's eyes. As the days passed, things only got messier. Bloggers began posting insider info, supposed screenshots and texts from unnamed sources. Some claimed Teyana posted the video to stay ahead of a new story that was about to break. One involving Iman's rumored new relationship. Others said it wasn't calculated at all, just raw emotion. A woman done pretending everything was fine. Whatever the truth was, one thing was clear. That video changed everything. It wasn't just about Teyana and Aaron anymore. It was about pain, pride, and healing, all playing out in public view. Because when celebrities fall in love, break apart, and try to move on, they don't get privacy. Every emotion becomes a headline. Every moment becomes someone else's entertainment. Yet there was something about this story that felt different. Maybe it was the way Teyana carried herself. Calm, almost detached, refusing to feed the chaos. Maybe it was how Aaron Pierre didn't chase attention, didn't post, didn't turn the moment into clout. Or maybe it was Iman choosing silence instead of war. For once, it felt like everyone involved was tired of the noise, even if the internet wasn't. Then just when things started to quiet down, the plot twisted again. A few days after the video went viral, fans noticed it was gone. Teyana had quietly archived the post. No caption, no explanation, just disappeared. That silence sparked more theories. Was she feeling guilty? Overwhelmed by pressure? Or had Iman reached out behind the scenes? Soon, reports began to circulate that the two had met privately. Not to reconcile, but to find peace. To set boundaries, to figure out how to move forward as parents, not partners. They had built a life together, had children, memories, a shared world that couldn't be erased with a post. And despite everything, there was still care between them. Maybe not the romantic kind, but something softer. A mutual understanding. Sources said the meeting ended in tears. Because at the end of the day, no matter how many posts or cryptic lyrics you share, healing doesn't happen online. It happens in quiet rooms, away from the noise, when no one is watching. For all her strength, Teyana is still human. A woman trying to rebuild herself in a world that won't stop watching. A mother balancing pain and protection, trying to shield her kids from the storm. A person learning that peace sometimes means walking away from the people you once believed were forever. And Iman, the man once praised as the perfect husband, is learning too. Learning how pride, fame, and heartbreak can collide in ways that break even the strongest souls. This story was never just about a viral post. It was about two people who once shared everything, now learning to live apart while the world keeps reminding them of what they lost. And maybe that's why people can't stop talking about it, because underneath the gossip, the shade, and the fame, it's real. When Teyana posted that video, maybe it wasn't about revenge. Maybe it was about release. About freeing herself from the version of her life that no longer fit. Because sometimes, closure doesn't come from a long conversation or a public statement. Sometimes it comes from one simple act that says, "I'm okay now, even if you're still trying to be."